Well, hello there. Welcome back to my Fire Emblem in Minecraft Devlog series. This is part 2, so if you've missed part 1, I've linked it in the description. A lot happened in the last few days, so let's begin. I've made a bunch of progress on the combat system. The first thing I did was making bigger attack ranges work. Enemies also know how to fight with higher range weapons and position themselves at the correct position. The next update to combat are stats. To explain how I added these stats, I must first explain how they work in Fire Emblem. Buckle up, this will be complicated. Many Fire Emblem games have a different roster of stats, but the most common stats are health, strength, magic, dexterity/skill, speed, luck, defense and resistance. Health determines how much max HP a character has. The other ones do different things depending on the game, but here's what I did. When a character attacks another character, the attacker attacks first, then the defender attacks, and if one of the two characters has 3 attack speed more than the other one, they get to attack once more at the end. Attack speed is character speed minus weapon weight. To calculate whether an attack hits or fails, it calculates weapon hit rate plus attacker dexterity times 2, plus attacker luck, plus weapon triangle bonus, minus defender attack speed times 2, plus a defender luck, plus terrain bonus. In a battle, the damage of a single attack is weapon might plus attacker strength plus weapon triangle bonus minus defender defense. The crit rate is determined with weapon crit rate plus attacker dexterity divided by 2. If a crit lands, a single attack will deal 3 times the damage. Now that was a whole lot of math, but it's not completely over yet. Another central mechanic is leveling your units. Every character has base stats and so-called growth rates. For example, these are Edelgard's base stats. And these are her growth rates. When a character levels up, it has a stat growth rate % chance to gain 1 more in that stat. So each level up, Edelgard has a 40% chance to gain 1 more max HP. To recreate UI, I wanted to learn how to use custom font charts in a resource pack. I saw a Creeper's Wizard, a fellow Diamondfire staff member, use boss bars for his Pokemon recreation, so I wanted to see how it works. After spending a lot of time learning the JSON code required for custom charts, I came up with this. By creating my own Unicode charts and moving them to the correct position, I can use boss bar text to display UI elements. I have 6 boss bars to use in total. Sadly, I can only shift text horizontally, so for vertical movement I'm limited to these 6 boss bars. I made a fairly soft-coded system for dialogue, so I can write any text I want into the dialog box without creating a custom chart for every single one. But dialogue isn't the only thing that I can do with custom UI. I also created a menu system. I made it in a way that I can add anything to a menu as long as the menu doesn't have more than 6 items. 6 boss bars. With this system I can create an action menu and an items menu. Later I will use the system to create a main menu and a pause menu. Let me tell you that all of this caused huge pain. Working with text as UI is something that takes a lot of time. You won't believe how many times I had to shift single elements 1 pixel to the left or to the right just because 1 pixel can break the entire UI. A lot more can be done with custom UI elements. I will probably add info cards for attacking character stats, terrain stats and other things, as well as tutorial boxes. I achieved a whole lot in the last few days, but there are still some things I need to do. So here are my current plans. I want to make magic combat work. Magic damage relies on the currently unused magic and resistance stats. I also want the game to be multiplayer compatible. I don't mean PvP combat, but just the ability for multiple people to play at the same time. The problem is that this runs on a server and isn't a data pack, so some variables might break with more players, or the characters of one player are visible to another. Stuff like that needs to be addressed. I also need character saving and loading. If I want to add more levels, I need to save all characters and be able to spawn them in other levels with their old stats. The last plan for now are tutorials and making the game more accessible. Classes and skills are also on the list of future plans, but they will take a lot of time, so we'll do those at a later date. Now it's time for some gameplay. Alright, that's it for this devlog. Please leave a like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing and want to see more. And with that, have a good day, and I will see you next time.